This is Aisha Howard. We're here with 11 Alive. We are interrupting your programming now. You can watch the Today Show on WATL. Meteorologist Chessie McNeil. We have Nicole Hartford standing by as well. Multiple reporters scattered about the area, trying to make sure we bring you the most accurate, updated information, as a lot of people may be starting your day right now. We want to bring you this live on air, alerting you to a situation that can surely create danger out there on the roads, as Jerry has already given us a preview of. Multiple cars are stuck on the interstates. We also have a lot of city streets, especially as we take a look at our cameras. Our producers are working the cameras in Cobb County. This is a live look at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Producers, if you guys can work on Flight Aware to get me the latest outages. This morning at 7 a.m., we were at more than 600 cancellations there in and out of Hartsfield-Jackson today. The world's busiest airport will be brought to a standstill. We are taking multiple looks for you across the area, and this is how we want you to experience this system from the comfort of your home, trusting us here. This is a service job today, especially today. We are working for you, bringing you the latest information, taking you across the area as safely as we can. You can barely see the tarmac here. You cannot see the tower there at the airport. This just gives a look at what it is like right here in Atlanta. More than 800 cancellations coming in right now at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. This started early on this morning. We've been telling you guys about the processes from the airlines to go ahead and waive those change fees, because this is a clear indication no one is getting in or out under these conditions. We want to make sure everyone stays safe out there. A live look this morning at Douglas County there on the left. We're looking at Buckhead on the right, where we see the snow has tapered off a little bit. But let's focus right here on the left side of your screen. Here in Douglas County, we see these semis out there. We know they're doing their job, but we do like to report and see here that the roads are pretty clear of drivers, because they are absolutely covered. You can barely see any of the tar out there, any of the actual road. It is completely covered in snow. Looking at the bottom of your screen, it says 30 degrees. That will create a situation for this to get very icy and slippery for your drive. So these are the reasons, just showing you up close photos of why it's so important to just go ahead and stay inside. This is Centennial Olympic Park, looking like a winter wonderland there. A lot of people saying, oh, you came a couple of weeks too late, but here we are in any event, looking live at Centennial Olympic Park. We can see the Ferris wheel off in the distance, that precipitation sort of covering the camera right there. Downtown Atlanta, you are covered in snow. We know this is a rare sight for a lot of people, so we want to take you through this experience. And hopefully, if your kids are out of school, most are, you're off of work, we take this in to enjoy it safely. You know, a rare chance for the kids to build a snowman. But as far as driving and navigating, none of that. We can't afford any of that today. A lot of people, you know, talking on social media about Snowmageddon. Chessie, what was that, 10 years ago? No instant replays of that, because we warned you about this system. We knew it was coming, and we knew the extent of which it could present danger with what we're seeing. Meteorologist Chessie McNeil joining me now to give us an update on what we're seeing, and especially we talk about that ice. These temperatures are really going to add an extra layer to this. Yeah,
you know, the models are showing that we could see warmer air begin to work in. And if that warmer air comes in, we're talking about more mixing with freezing rain. That's not something that we really want. Snow, I think we could handle. No, hopefully you're inside, you're staying away from this. You can get some traction in snow. Not that you should, but you can get some traction. When you talk about ice, it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you drive. That's just going to be a terrible situation for us. Plus, it weighs down the trees and also the power lines. So you get more power outages when you talk about freezing rain. But I think we'll see a little bit of all of it this morning. We had some sleet earlier this morning, snow now. Freezing rain comes to us as we head into the afternoon. That's when we'll start to see more of that throughout the area. Also, just want you to stay off the roads, especially on this 11 Live Weather Impact Day. Here's a live look once again at the airport. As you can see, or not see, the building's back behind it, but there are some trucks, some folks getting around, as you can see, trying to work this area here. Another live look at George's Rome, and you can see where the snow is starting to stick on the sidewalks there. Also on some of the roads, you can see where we have some trails there from some of the cars that have been going through. Looks a little bit different different on highways. Now, these are back roads, folks, where the roads probably have not been treated at all. That snow is going to start to pile up. I mean, looking at road temperatures, and they have been close to the freezing mark, maybe a little bit above in some spots. So with the snow coming down at this pretty decent clip, it just kind of piles right on up. Now, if the temperatures were to remain where they are right now, it would stay all snow pretty much all day, and then we'd be talking about higher totals. But because of the mixing that we think that will take place, we're looking at maybe 1 to 3 inches, generally speaking, from just north of Atlanta all the way up into the North Georgia mountains. That mixing will likely start to take place by mid-morning, and then as we head into the afternoon, and that's going to bring those totals down a little bit, and then we could be talking about ice accumulation. So something that we'll watch out for. A heavy band right now you can see from Carroll County that stretches into South Fulton County over toward northern parts of Henry County as well. That brighter white that you see in there, those are some heavy snow bands that are coming down. Where you see the gray in here, for example, over north DeKalb County, heading up into Gwinnett County, the snow has been a little bit lighter there. Back over into Georgia's Rome, where I was just showing you that, pretty good clip coming down. You got some nice bands coming down here. Also into Paulding County near the Dallas area. In Cobb, you see this little pink area right there. That's where some sleet probably is mixing in with some of the snow that's coming down. It has been on the light side, even around the perimeter right now. We have some light snow that's coming down, but again, expecting some mixing to begin to take place as we head further into the afternoon. So you can pick your spot really where you see the brighter white. That's where the heavy snow is coming down. Where you see the gray in there, that's where it's a little bit on the lighter side. We are under a winter storm warning. This will last all the way until 7 a.m. on Saturday. That's where, even though the snow and freezing rain or sleet will begin to taper off by 10 o'clock tonight, we're still looking at the impacts of the area from the snow, and so refreezing certainly could take place, and so the roads are still going to be a bit hard to navigate through Sunday, I'd say Saturday rather, mid-morning, maybe even into the early afternoon. So hence the winter storm warning that's in place. Rome, Atlanta over toward Athens. You get a little further down to the south, headed toward the Macon area. That purple area there is for a winter weather advisory. Okay, so we're expecting to see a little bit more in the way of rain there, with some freezing rain beginning to mix in. But so far, even down toward the Macon area, we've been seeing a little bit of snow. And we said that. We knew that the onset of the precipitation would come down as snow. We started out seeing it sleet first, right? And then the snow began to fall and coming down at a pretty decent clip as well. We're looking at temperatures below the freezing mark just about everywhere you look on this map. You're right at freezing down in Thomaston. And so you may hover there through the morning. We started out around 35 degrees this morning here in Atlanta, but as the snow began to fall, it dropped that temperature. Now we're down to around 30 degrees. We're going to watch these temperatures right on through the day, because as those temperatures begin to warm up a little bit, that's where we'll start to see some more of that mixing taking place, and maybe even some models showing us some rain even moving in as far as our southern counties. So that's something we'll watch out for as well, but the mixing could be a problem for us, so we'll continue to watch that. Out live on our patio is Nicole Harford, meteorologist Nicole Harford, and she's out here to tell us what the conditions look exactly like outside right now. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning. It's been steadily snowing here at our station in Midtown for probably about the last hour. I was just measuring some of the snow that's accumulated on top of the railings and the ground, and we've got nearly 2 inches so far here at the station. Now, these snowflakes are coming down big, they are heavy, they are wet. So at this point, what we're seeing on the ground is mostly packed snow. We're not getting too much of an issue of ice at this point, but as we start to see that transition, we certainly could see a little bit more of ice accumulation on the roads, on the sidewalks. I will also say that as far as the roadways are concerned, especially anything that has a little bit of a slope or a hill, this packed snow is going to make it very difficult to properly navigate that and to safely get up as far as your car is concerned. Now, this snow right now, at least throughout much of Metro Atlanta, this is what I would consider perfect conditions for the kids to get outside and play in it. Yes, it's cold out here, but temperatures are hovering in the upper 20s, low 30s. This is still a pretty good falling snowfall, at least here in Midtown, and it's a very loose snow. I can grab a little bit of it. You can see the nice fluff that it has. This is definitely, as I said, going to get a lot messier as the day progresses, as we start to see a little bit mixing across North Georgia. But for right now, at least here at our station in Midtown, this is a steady, I would say kind of moderate to even heavy snowfall that's coming down. We've got those big flakes across this area, and we'll continue to see some of that snow accumulation before we do get that change over to more of a wintry mix. Aisha.
All right, Nicole, thank you. So viewer Dana Banks sent us these photos earlier this morning, and even though it was still kind of dark at the time, you can still see it started out as sleet gathering on the cars there in Head County. Check out this picture from Faith Spivey, who sent us the photo of the wintry mix gathering on the patio there in Fayetteville. This is a widespread system. We're all going to see a little bit of everything. So if you look closely at this photo from Stephen McGuinn, you can see the ice falling past the camera there in Hampton. All right, 11 Alive's Jerry Carnes has been watching the roads for us. He has so many roadways to look at.